And this week, after a very long Christmas break, it's my top 10 things that I like and don't like about the Polestar 4. Oh God, I'm behind a Corolla. Oh, that's the first thing. When you take off very, very fast in this Polestar 4 performance with the lot, your phone flies out of the charger. This is one of the biggest problems that I've had with my car, is it's constant problem pairing to CarPlay. You can see I've got to press it again. Okay, there it goes. That's the next thing. There's bongs in this thing all the time, but no messages to tell you. Can't be my speed because the speed is showing as 80 and I'm doing 70. I'll just take my phone out of there. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. It's driving me mad. I think when something's bonging, it should tell you what it's bonging about. That's the thing. You can see that it is handling the bumps in this road extremely well. I've got the settings in just normal mode for the suspension and steering, and performance mode for the driveline. This is of course a 400 kilowatt and 600 and something Newton meter dual motor performance. So it has the extra performance pack. I've got some friends that are just buying a Polestar 4 as we speak. I'll put a link to that story about them in their Tesla Model 3 and why they opted for a Polestar 4. I've got a head-up display in front of me. I went all through this in the launch video, but I'm just going to touch on a couple of other things. It is absolutely sublimely quiet in here. It is getting an update for its steering, the auto steering function, which seems to have a mind of its own. The auto steering, if I didn't know better, I'd say it was a P-plate driver. Then we get on to this, the rear view mirror. It's just a normal rear view mirror with the high mount camera monitor, so they're quite common now. The problem is when you have trifocal or multifocal lenses like I've got, that though is too close. That's only this far away. So if I want to focus on the little car that's just pulled up behind me, you can probably see that in that back camera. But for me to see it clearly, I've got to do that. I asked the designers whether or not, because I'd just come out of a Santa Fe and been in the country on a very dusty, dirty, bumpy dirt track, which this car is also likely to be on at some stage. And I had to clean both the reversing camera and this rear view camera because I couldn't see a thing out of them. Now it didn't matter quite so much because in the Santa Fe I could flick it back to mirror and have it on just mirror function and everything would be tickety-boo. But I couldn't do it in this because there's no back window. So it had missed it up with the rain that was on, and I had to actually get out and wipe it clean with my finger. So here are a couple of photos. Here's before and after. Now this is a takeoff from 0 to 100. And we're at 100. 3.8 seconds to 100. Most of the other cars are just on past the intersection now. I've always wondered what it looks like from behind when you see a car that goes bzz, takes off. Well, that's all this week from the Polestar 4, the things that I like and dislike. And if you're wondering why the bit outside the car is really short, I'm trying to avoid the storms.